Hello there, and welcome back to Bill and the Boys. It's time for Ask Me Anything. So, as always, we've been asking the same questions, and we're going to do this at Christmas, but just everything has got in the way. But if I don't get around to doing it, we're never going to do it. So I found a little time here. We're gonna do it. I've got them written down. I don't know what's on them. I'm hoping not just repeats of ones we've had before, but if they are, we'll still answer them. We just won't go into quite so much detail. We'll just point back to where we've answered it before. I've got them all written down in a little mug. My wife writes them down, and then pick them out and read them out. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Helps the channel massively. But without further ado, let's answer your questions. And even if yours doesn't come up, still ask it me. You can email it me or whatever it is, and I'll answer it. Let's see what we've got here. That's a nice gentle one to start. How did you get into modelling? Well, yeah, I suppose it was. Pop-up books, bizarrely. Pop-up books is how I got into making models. When I was a kid, and I mean small, when I was little, I was obsessed with pop-up books. I loved them. And I had Jan Pikanowski, I think his name is, Haunted House. Anyone knows the Haunted House pop-up book? I wanted that for Christmas really badly one year, and I got it, and I was really happy with it. And it started a collection. And then word sort of moved around the family that Scott's into pop-up books, and that was the thing. So I was obsessed with how they worked. I liked how, because making something pop up is really easy. Making it fold down is the hard part. So making something pop out is simple. Making it pop back down, not so easy. So I became obsessed with pop-up books. So I used to do paper modelling is what I did. And basic when I was little, I used to make things where you could move it along, I'd lift the flaps and things like that. And that's what did it for me. But bizarrely, that is how I got into modelling, because from there you just move into different mediums, you know? And it's like, okay, well, I can make this do this, and I can make that do that. And I was always obsessed with, I went to Wookey Hole when I was a kid. For those of you who don't know what Wookey Hole is, in Cheddar Gorge, and it's a series of caves, but they've also got very old penny arcade machines. And you can change your money for the big old pennies, you can go and play them, and they're all sort of mechanical. But they've got ones in there which you don't see these anymore because of change of the time. They're dioramas, and you put a coin in, the diorama moves. And there was one called, I want to say it was called the Night Watchman, and it was like a police officer in a graveyard. And when you put the coin in, like ghosts would appear, and then a little hand would come out and nick his sandwiches and disappear back into the grave. And I just always really liked that. So I started trying to make them. I started trying to make things that would do that. And I suppose that's where it began. I'm still obsessed with pop-up books now, so I still collect them, believe it or not. But I've got expensive tastes, so I went more high-end on pop-up books these days. I won't buy anything. It's got to be worthy of the collection. And I do have quite an extensive collection of pop-up books. For instance, Stephen King has only ever done one pop-up book. He did a pop-up of the Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, and I own it. I've got a first edition of that. But my favourite, Robert Sabuda, at the moment, does incredible pop-up books. If you ever want to get a present for a niece or a nephew, and you want to be the coolest uncle or auntie in the world, Sabuda pop-up books, I swear to you. You know what? In fact, I'll go get one. Hold on. So this is a Sabuda pop-up book. Now, this one wasn't expensive. This is Alice in Wonderland. But these are next level. So I mean it. When I say these are impressive, these are bloody impressive. But you can see for yourself. Because these aren't your run-of-the-mill pop-up books, as you can kind of see here. These are impressive. I could show you that. I won't spoil it, but I'll show you the splash page at the end. But you see what's going on here? Look at these. So you can pick one of these up for about 15 to 20 quid, and they're stunning. But I won't spoil. Look at that. See, and it folds away perfectly. And then with these ones in particular. So let me show you this one over here. You have these parts. Kids dig these. These are all things you can interact with. So you can lift this up, and then you can look down and you can see Alice fall down into the rabbit hole. It's beautiful. But this is how I got into it. So the mechanics of this are impressive, but it's all done with card and paper. That's all it's done with. And that was the way it was. And as a poor kid, and please I don't say that as a feel sorry for me, as a kid that grew up with limited means, you make your own entertainment, you know? And going out and buying model kits wasn't going to be a thing, but we always had paper. You know, so that's how I got into that one. So I hope that answers your question. I'll put the name of those pop-up books down because that'll be the next thing. What was the name of those pop-up books? I'll put the name of the guy down in the description down below. But I hope that answers your question. That's how I got into it. And then you just move on. you just move on. So you sort of adapt and evolve. You find what you like, and you're like, okay, I like these sort of kits. I don't like these sort of kits. I like these sort of models. I don't like these sort of models. You kind of find where you are. I tend to find, and you'll see this on the channel, I've got fairly broad taste. So you get some people that are like, I just do military, or I just do airplanes, or I just do... I like everything. I like everything. So I like brick-built models, I like wooden models. I like the large part work models. I like, I like a bit of everything. So it's variety is the spice of life, man. You know what I mean? And I like variety. Okay, so the next one we've got is... Do you get trolled? Yes, I do. I do get trolled. Yes, of course I do. It's the internet. If you're on the internet and you put yourself out there publicly, you're going to attract it. You just are. It's not nice, but yeah, I do get it. But I tend to not pay any reason, because if you do, it empowers it. You know what I mean? And that's it. So you can't stop them from doing it, but you can act how you react to it. You can let it take it to heart. You can take it to heart, or you can try and move past it. And it's important as well. I mean, this is with everything in life. To kind of, it's easy to then focus on the one bad thing. I've had a horrible message today, and then forget about the 100 nice ones you had, and that's it. But no, I do get trolled. I mean, it is what it is. I've got people that outright hate me, right? Like, hate me, and I'm like, wow, okay. But I ain't got time for that. That's not, it's okay. I don't know you, so it's okay. It's weird, but no, I've got one, two that flat out hate my guts. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna build models. But no, I do get trolled. It's the way it is, and you deal with it the way you deal with it. It's not nice, but what are you gonna do? It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. I'm what I am, and it be what it be. That's the way it is. So yes, I do get trolled. Of course I do. I think anyone does. If you put yourself out into the world, you're occasionally... Thankfully, the majority of what I get, I mean, the massive majority of what I get is very positive, very, very, nice comments, and that's what I get. But you will get... I mean, you're going to get it. It's just the way it is. It's horrible, but it's the way it is. It's the way it is. Are you ever going to finish Ecto 1? there's Ecto 1 in the case over there. Am I ever going to finish it? Yes, I am going to finish it. I've got literally 2 parts left to put on it. But it's me being a wuss about it. It's really weird. I've got this really strange thing that I can't bring myself to finish it, because once it's done, it's done. And I don't know. It's really mentally, that thing went through a lot with us. So it's really strange, but yes, I will. I swear I'm gonna finish it at some point. I will put my big boy pants on, and I will finish Ecto 1, because I've got it. It's waiting to go. I just haven't I just haven't got around to doing it. It's ridiculous. It is. But I mean, again, it's a really strange thing. I mean, we started that before the pandemic, which shows how long ago it was that we started that model, before the pandemic. It's 2020 we started that, January 2020. It was a whole new world. It was, and it's strange, but I will. I've got 2 parts put left on it, and then it can live in its case there, and we can move on. But thanks for calling me out on the fact that I won't finish Ecto 1. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. Okay, let's try another one. Do you recommend TikTok for new users or YouTube? I don't know. TikTok's a very different medium. I'm not really the right guy to ask, to be honest with you. TikTok's a very different medium. TikTok, as far as I'm aware, isn't it like 30-second clips or something? You couldn't do what I do on TikTok. I do have a TikTok. I do have things that I put on there, but it's literally it's a flash of the model, and it's purely to attract people to the YouTube page. It's the TikTok is what it is. It's Vines, isn't it? Do you remember Vines? Anyone remember Vines? It's just the same bloody thing with a different name, I think. Vines were like 8-second clips or something, and TikTok seems to be the same thing. But I don't know. I don't know I don't fully understand the question, if I'm honest with you. Do I recommend TikTok over YouTube? Depends what you want it for. I suppose if you're planning on making short, snappy videos, and lots of them, well then TikTok. If you're planning on doing videos that are 10, 20, 30 minutes long, no, use YouTube. That's I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I use YouTube Shorts, but sparingly. I think I've only made about 9 YouTube Shorts. I should probably make more, but it's I don't know. It's not my medium. It's not my medium. You know what I mean? I like to talk. You might have noticed. So it's not my medium. That's the way it is. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sure it's good for what it is. I know I work with a kid who makes a lot of money on TikTok with Star Wars TikToks, and fair play to him. But yeah, it's I don't know enough about it. I think I'm too old. I don't think I'm the demographic. So there's that side of it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's have another one. Right. I am a new YouTuber. Well, give me your link then. I'll subscribe to you. I'm a new YouTuber. Do you recommend buying? No. God no. I'm a new YouTuber. Do you recommend buying subscriptions to boost my channel? Absolutely not. No. Don't do that. Don't. And I hope you haven't done it yet, because this could have been from a month ago. Don't do that. No. It's against the policy. It's completely against the policy. So there is a thing out there, for those who don't know, you can buy subscriptions. Don't. That's nuts. That's mental. And I'll tell you why. Because YouTube do wipes. So they'll go and wipe all the fake accounts that subscribe. Now it might take a week, or it might take a year, but at some point they'll go wipe and they're all gone. So you then got to explain, I suppose, to your viewers why suddenly you've lost, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers overnight. The other thing that there's a problem with it, so there's a bunch of problems with this. The other thing that'd be a problem with it is your views won't go up. Your views will go down if you're buying subscribers. That's what's going to happen. There's a very bizarre algorithm to YouTube where they're looking for a percentage of your subscribers are watching your videos. So they need to see that, okay, so if you've got 100,000 subscribers, but you're only getting 100 views a video, what that tells the algorithm is the videos aren't very good, because all these other people aren't watching it, they're not interested. Whereas if you've got 100 subscribers and you've got 90 views per video, that's really good. You've got a 90% subscription view rate. That's fantastic. So they'll promote your video more. By proxy, you'll get more subscribers, you'll get more views. But no, God, no, do not buy. No. The other thing with it is as well is what's to stop that same company you bought them from saying to you 6 months from now, I want more money, or we'll just remove them all? Nothing. I mean, you've basically done something unscrupulous to an unscrupulous company. You can't then act surprised they act unscrupulously. No, God, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. The other thing as well with them as well is it's always obvious. The people that do it have no chill at all, right? So you look at it and go, oh, really? And you see that they've suddenly gained thousands of subscribers. And it reminds me of, you ever seen Superman 3? There's the scene with Richard Pryor where he steals the half pennies out of all the accounts and then filters it into his own account. And they're interviewing the boss, and he says, well, no, we'll never find this. Is a genius. Only a complete idiot would expose what they've done. And he turns up the next day in a Ferrari. It's like that. It's like, you didn't do it subtle, did you? You didn't be like, I'll add 100. They go and add like thousands. You go, really, mate? Really? And it's, don't do that. Don't do that. And I don't know why you do that either. Let your channel grow. Let it grow organically. Ours did. It took us bloody ages to get to where we've got to now. And we're still small. We're still tiny. But let your channel grow its feet, because you're also kidding yourself. I mean, it's that as well. If people aren't subscribing to you, well then look at the content you're putting out. Look how you're putting out. Don't just buy subs. That's weird, because it's not. Subs don't equal money either. So if it's about monetization, subs do not equal cash. They don't. Views are what would turn into that. So it doesn't matter how many subscribers you've got if no one's watching. The subscriber count's pointless unless you're trying to get an endorsement deal or something like that. But even then, I mean, you'd think they'd look at it and go, well, hold on. Thousands of subscribers, 70 views. You'd think they wouldn't, I don't know. But no, don't do that. Honestly, don't do that. Just take your time and it'll come. It'll come. But stick with it as well. So if you are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, do it. 100% do it. And tell me I can go watch it. I'll come watch it. I'll come support you. But yeah, don't do that. It goes against all their policies. I mean, I don't even know where it comes in. It might be fraud for all I know. especially if you're doing it for monetary gain. I don't know, but don't touch that. Don't touch any of that sketchy stuff. If it sounds dodgy, it's dodgy. Would be my advice. You know, it's yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that. Okay. What's your dream model? Oh, we've gone through this. But well, you know, yeah. Dream model. I'm building some of them. So the Titanic's a dream. That's been absolutely awesome. But dream models, I've got 3, and it is the Plymouth Fury. I would like a cherry red Plymouth Fury, like Christine from the movie Christine. For those who don't know what that is, it's this. So there's that one. I'd also like to build the 89 Batmobile, because that's just a beautiful thing. We've spoken about that before. And the other one, which is, it might sound just a bit odd, but it's what I want to do. I want to build a roller coaster. I want to build a roller coaster. I really want to build a roller coaster. If they did a parkwork roller coaster, I'd be all over it. I don't care which one either. Preferably the Coney Island Cyclone. But if not that, any roller coaster, I don't care. If there was a parkwork roller coaster, I'd be all over it. I would love to do that. That would be amazing. But the ultimate, and I've discussed this before, for me, which I would think I'm all in, would be a 1-to-1 scale, right? So 1-1 scale proton pack. So they did the proton pack from Ghostbusters, but it was in full scale, and you could build it over like 2 or 3 years. I'd be all over that. Like the Gauntlet, where it's 1-to-1 scale. Proton pack, 1-to-1 scale. That's what I want. That would be the ultimate part work for me for 2 reasons. One, I want a proton pack. Now, I know you can buy them, so thank you for the... Well, you can get them here, I know I can. But I want to build one. All right, and I'd like to do it as a part work, and I'd like to do it as a community. That's the difference. Because the other reason I want to... Could you imagine how good that day would be when we all get our final packs and we all get to put our proton packs on and turn them on? How cool would that be? So that's the ultimate for me. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. But that would be the best. If we could build proton packs, I'd be a happy bunny. I'd be all over that. I really would. Yeah, that's... Who else have we got? Right. What is your favourite model company? I ain't got one. I like them all, with the exception of... Do you know what? I even liked Eagle Moss before Eagle Moss went the way it went. I like them all. I don't have any preference. I think they've all got good points. I think they've all got bad points. Some's websites are much better than others. Some offer models I'm more inclined to build than others. And they're all each their own. I like them all, to be honest with you. Fanhome are kind of becoming the daddy at the moment. I mean, they've come out of nowhere with this. And they are kings of the pop culture model, aren't they? They really are. And the volume they're bringing is crazy, and it little concerning that maybe that bubble will burst. I hope it doesn't, but it could. So they're kind of flooding the market a little bit. I hope that doesn't affect us later on. But no, I don't have one. There is no. That's the answer to that question. There is no this one. I kind of like them all, to be honest with you. But that's yeah. You are doing a lot of paid promotions. I'm not doing a lot of paid promotions. Have you sold out? No, right. So paid promotion. I'm not getting paid. I mean, that's the one thing I can make clear. No one's paying me, right? So it's not like we'll give you cash. That's not happening. They send me things to build and review, right? So I've done a few of those for Funhole. I've done one for JM Brickley. I've done Light Tailing. I've done Roker. So I've done a few of those. But I get offered a lot more of those. But I turn them down because if they're not suitable for the channel, I won't do them. So the only ones I do for the channel are ones that I think viewers of the channel would like to see. I have been offered cash for various things. I've mentioned this before. If I'd sold out, I'd be telling you a certain brand of fizzy drink is the greatest drink in the world right now. And I'm not. And I can say it's not this one, right? It certainly isn't this. You'll see this. They don't sponsor me at all. I just drink lots of it. But this was a different one. This was I'll tell you, this was a ginger beer. And they wanted me to say how wonderful it was and how spectacular it was. They wanted it visible in every single camera shot. They wanted to sponsor a build. So this build is sponsored by, I'm not saying their name. They wanted me to constantly be drinking it as I was talking to you and telling you how refreshing it was and how... No, and I just said, no, I'm not doing that. And it felt sleazy, it felt cheap. And I just said, nah, I'm not interested, thank you. But they were offering, I mean, it's 4 figures they were offering, and it was nice. But nope, this is what I do for fun. This is not what I do for work. And I think the second it becomes work is the second it stops being fun. And I'm not going to do that. I need this as a release from the stress of every day. I certainly don't want someone telling me I have to do this because we're paying you. So I'm not interested. But no, I mean, so when Roka, for example, contacted us to make the printing press for them, I was more than happy to do that for the simple reason that I would have done it anyway. I mean, you've seen how many Roka models I've built on the channel. I must have built, bloody hell, I don't know, 20 or 30 of them. So, no, I mean, it was like, well, yeah, of course I'll do it. And fantastic, send it in. And it's the same with Funhole. I love their models, and their models are gorgeous. If I didn't, I wouldn't do them. I'd be like, okay, well, no, I'm not interested. I don't like these. But I think their models are beautiful. I really do. So if it's something that I think, yes, this is on topic, this is on theme, and people would like to see this, and you can see for yourself if these are worth buying, totally. But would I do it for the sake of, no. No. Because like I said, I've been offered garbage that just doesn't link up to the channel. I got offered a lot of software to promote and things like that, and those weird like food boxes they send you each month. I've had a few of those offered to me, and I'm like, no, I'm not. So no, I haven't sold out. It's like, no, that's not me. I just if it looks fun, if it looks good, if I think people would like to see it, then I'll do it. If they wouldn't, I don't do them. It's that simple. But no, I haven't sold out. Hey, look, if someone comes to me and says, look, Scott, we'll give you 10 million to build, this whatever, yeah, I'll probably do it. I'll put my hands up and go, yeah, I probably will. That would sort my family out for life. Yeah, I'd do it. But no, for like, we'll give you 500 quid to say this is wonderful. No, you're all right. I'm okay, thanks. It's no, I'm not going to do it for that. So no, I haven't sold out. That's funny. I've had this before. Who are your rivals? I don't have any rivals. I've got no rivals. This is such a weird thing. I get that the social media and things like that are quite toxic, but no, I don't. We're not like that. It's not that kind of community. We've got quite a lovely community. Our community is a little bit twee. It's a little bit, tea and biscuits, chit chat. That's our community. It's not hating each other. That's just not what we are. It just isn't. I mean, you can see that across all the channels. I certainly haven't found the Furious Modeler yet. I'm sure there's one out there, but I've never. There you go. There's a niche on a YouTube channel. Be the Furious Modeler. Because I've not seen that guy yet. Everyone's kind of helpful. Everyone's friendly. I know full well if I needed help with something, I could contact any one of the brethren across the YouTube, the modelers, and be like, how do I do this? And they'd help. They wouldn't go, I'm telling you, you're my rival. It's not. We ain't like that. That's not our community. I know the gamers are kind of like that, but we're not. You would have seen that. We all are always on each other's feeds and chats and things like that. It's not. I don't have rivals. And what's the rivalry? What am I trying to win? Nothing. There's not. You know what I mean? It's no. I don't. No, that's an odd one. I don't know. Rivals isn't. Who's my rival? I don't have one. Do you know what I do? I do have a rival. There's a lady that hates me. I mean, this goes back to trolling. There's a lady that properly hates me that's got a YouTube channel that, I don't know, I've not been there in a long time. This is going back about a year. And she just outraged at me. And I was like, okay. And part of it was she went on this rant about my channel name, Building with the Boys. I might have told you this story. She went on this rant about Building with the Boys, but it's sexism. Sexism is what that is. Sexism. And boys are into building. No, that's not what the channel's called, Build with the Boys. That's not why we're called that. It's got nothing to do with it. Sexism doesn't even come into it. I've got a multitude of female builders I talk with, that I support their channels as well. I've got a multitude of female viewers. I don't think any of my content is particularly aimed at men. That's not why we're called Building with the Boys. It's not that at all. It's not like boys build. That's not what it is. We're called Building with the Boys because during the pandemic, when people were asking me how I was spending lockdown, the thing I answered more than anything, just building with the boys. We'd go into my little build room and we'd make paper airplanes, or we'd make pirate maps, or we'd do a little model. We'd build a bit of Ecto 1, building with the boys. And that's how we spent lockdown. So I'd send videos to family and friends and it would just say building the boys. It was just building. That's where the name came from. It's nothing to do with sexism. That's where it came from. But this woman's outright, is anything I do is, at the time, was just like, so I guess I'm her rival, but she ain't mine. I don't care about her. So it is. She's your rival. Don't have one. It's not a thing. Not a thing. It's not a. It's not. Well, just put that one back in. Yeah, it's not. It's not a thing. You seem incredibly chill. How are you so calm? I'll let you on a secret. I'm not. So you see me when I'm calm and chill, but typically, no, I'm not. I'm calm and chill right now because I'm doing something I enjoy. I'm doing something I love. So you get the real me. You get the side of me that can just come and have fun, do something I enjoy, geek out and talk models and pop culture and things like that. Outside of here, I'm just a ball of rage, to be honest with you. It's I work a very high pressure job that requires me to put the big voice on quite a lot. And it's very stressful. It's incredibly stressful. It's time critical. So stress is a big part of that. And I get the same thing as everyone else, you know. So it's I have bad days like anyone does. The reason why I come across on my channel as calm is because this is calming to me. This is soothing to me. It's therapy. And the other reason is, for the longest time, I was just that ball of rage, even outside of work. I was bringing it home with me, and I was just miserable all the time. And I need to sort that out. We spoke about it with mental health before. And the important thing is, and I'd say this to all of you, this sounds ridiculous, but I swear this is true. You just got to look for the positive in everything. You really do. And it's like what we mentioned earlier, funnily enough, about the one comment, bad comments when you focus on not the 100 good ones. Well, don't focus on the one bad one, focus on the 100 good ones. You know, that's the way it is. So it's like when you hear somebody say they had a miserable time somewhere, had a miserable time. Why? Oh, there was this family, they were making loads of noise, and they were, okay, there was one family that were acting like scumbags, but you didn't even notice the 100 other families that walked past you that were enjoying themselves and having a lovely time. So don't let that one thing ruin it for you, you know? And I would let that one thing ruin it for me. So I was the kind of person where that one thing would be like, that's it, the day's ruined now. Something bad would happen and that was it. I wouldn't think about all the positive things that had happened. I would focus on the bad thing. And I'm very conscious that my demeanour was influential. And I knew by being sort of down and miserable, I'd make those around me down and miserable. I would do it at work. When I was miserable at work, I would make other people miserable. That's what I do. Just kind of my demeanour was infectious. And I'd do it at home. So if I came home, you know, all pissed off, my wife would get pissed off, the kids would get angry, and that was on me. Now it's okay to be, you know, angry and whatnot, but at the same time, if it's all the time, that's not healthy. So I had to consciously, right, let's have a look at what's actually happened here. So if you're ever in that situation, you find yourself getting wound up, you can kind of go, right, let's take a step back. Let's take a deep breath. What's actually going on? Is this that big a deal? No, it's not. Right? Did anybody die over this? No, they didn't. So it's not that big a deal. Let's move on. And trust me, when you do that, life becomes a lot more enjoyable. It really does. You need to be able to just move on from these things. Trust me, I've lived that life of just rage, and it's not good. It's something I also, funnily enough, I got this from lockdown. Lockdown sort of calmed my ass down a lot. And part of that was Bob Ross. For those who don't know who Bob Ross is, this is Bob Ross. So Bob Ross is like a mug of cocoa in human form, right? He's just like this lovely warm hug in human form. He does painting. And they started showing the Bob Ross shows on BBC4 during the pandemic. Never missed them. With all the stress going on, I was like, and it was like Prozac for the soul, man. It was like, wow. And he was so chill. And I read up on him. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Bob Ross was a ball of rage. That's what he was. Bob Ross was a PT instructor for the Marines, and he would spend his whole day screaming and breaking men down and just raging. And I don't know what happened, but I think something in him snapped. I think he just used up all the rage and it was just gone from his body. And he was like, I don't ever want to shout again. And he just went like uber chill. So he just turned into like, and I think that's what I had going on. I think that's it. So I'm aware, people say to me a lot, they're like, oh God, you're so laid back. I'm not. Honestly, I get stressed as the same as anybody else. I have the same worries everybody else has. I have the same shitty days that other people have, you know? But the other thing I do is I don't want to add to your bad day. So I know I'm conscious. And I take a responsibility that I've got people that tune in to watch because they want a bit of escapism. They want something fun to watch. They don't want some guy all pissed off building a model. And there is a bit of that goes on, not just with model building, with a lot of things. There's a lot of YouTube channels you'll tune into, and the guy seems pissed off. And you get it with some modelling channels. I mean, you'll get, right, let's just get this. What? Enjoy it, man. It's your hobby. You're paying for it. Enjoy it. And it's like, don't, everything about this model's crap. Then why are you building it? That's, so I wouldn't want that. So I'd try and be upbeat as possible, man. So when you tune in, you've got something, a bit of escapism. I hope it's working. But that's kind of my answer to that one. Long-winded answer, but that's my answer to that one. But, yeah. Hogwarts Express, when? Okay, short to the point. Hogwarts Express, when? Don't know, couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with that one. To be honest with you, I think if it was going to come, it would have come by now, wouldn't it? I think is where we are with the Hogwarts Express. I think we were going to see one, we would have seen one, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I hope we do. I really hope we do, but it's been 3 years, hasn't it? 3 years, maybe 4 years since the test pieces of Hogwarts Express. So I don't know. I can't. Never say never. Never say never. But Hogwarts Express wasn't the only Harry Potter model that never saw the light of day. There was another. Does anybody remember Diagon Alley? Eagle Moss put the feelers out for a wood-build Diagon Alley. It was massive. When I say massive, the actual side of it all put together was huge. The buildings themselves were quite small, but in every issue you'd get a building. And they all lit up, but some of them moved as well. So there was a dragon that would flap its wings. There was the joke shop had the kind of Barford man outside, and it was huge. Never saw the light of day. Never been into test pieces. But yes, I mean, I don't know what's happened with Harry Potter. I don't know what's going on with the license to it or what. But I would imagine, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It seems to me the most obvious money spinner they could have. And if it seems that way to me, it certainly seems that way to them. And I'm sure if they could release it, they would release it. But for whatever reason, they haven't. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I've heard nothing at all of that seeing the light of day anytime soon. I haven't. I don't know. Maybe it'll end up somewhere else. Maybe it won't go through Hachette. Maybe it'll go somewhere else. But I don't know. I think I heard rumblings about it moving over to somewhere else. But again, until I've actually seen proof of that, I don't know. But I hope it does. I hope Hogwarts Express gets its day, because I know a lot of people would like to build it, and a lot of people would like to just build a train. So I think you're ticking two boxes there. You've got a part work train and you've got a part work Harry Potter. I think a lot of people would like it, but I don't know. I mean, those films now are aging. So the first Harry Potter film was 23 years ago now? So it's mad. I mean, it's like when they were said about they were remaking it, everyone's like, you can't remake it. I'm like, well, you can. It's been 23 years. They remake films that ain't anywhere near that old. So 23 years, yeah, you probably can remake Harry Potter, you know? But I don't know. It's one of those ones, isn't it? I think it might just be the one that got away. But I'd be less inclined to think it wasn't going to happen if there were other Harry Potter things. But there's not. You don't see any Harry Potter collections anymore, do you really? You don't. The part where it's used to figures, they did chess. I think Eagle Moss did a Harry Potter chess. There is one that's doing the rounds through Hachette, but overseas. I think it's Hachette. If it's not, it's Altair. And it was build Hogwarts Castle, but it was like a kid's part work. It wasn't like a scale model or anything like that. It was a toy, basically. It was a clipped together toy. So there's that, but I don't know. I mean, it's weird to me that we've never seen it never saw the light of day, because you'd think that the back end of that would have been overwhelming, but no, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. It might just be the one that never was, But we'll we may never know. We may never see it. Right. I've already answered this. What's your favourite films? So, talking about what my favourite films are. I was going to, you can see that in the last one. You go to the last one to tell what my favourite films are. I was going to do a kind of breakdown of do episodes about each of my favourites. I think I still am going to do that, because I like to just talk. So it's, I might still do that. But if you see the last video, you can see exactly what my favourite films were, because I went through them all on there. A lot of people can't tell you. I can tell you exactly what my 10 favourite films are. And they're, yeah, they are. I'll tell you what my top. No, I won't. It's on the old video. Go see the old video. You'll see them. Let's see if we got a couple left in here. You can see exactly what they are, and yeah, there you go. What advice would you give somebody just starting out on YouTube? We've gone through this really. What advice would I give? Find your niche, man. You know, it's if you're worried about how many people are going to watch your videos, you'll never make videos. You just won't, because I make videos that get thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and I make videos that get like 20 views. It's nice when you get thousands and thousands of views, but if you're happy with what you made, you're happy with what you made. And I wouldn't stress about chasing algorithm or chasing trends or anything like that. It's not. It depends what you get into it for. If you're getting into YouTube to be rich, I wouldn't advise it. There are other ways of doing it. I mean, you can make money through YouTube views, but ultimately where you're going to make money from is everything else. YouTube's just a platform for everything else. I mean, there's like Mr. Beast, but Mr. Beast didn't make his money from YouTube. Mr. Beast made his money from endorsement deals that came through YouTube. That's how you make your money. But I don't know. It depends what you want to do. If you're in it for money, I'm the wrong guy to be asking, really, because again, I'm not chasing a living from this. This is something I do for fun. This is a hobby, and I enjoy talking to all of you and meeting all of you, and that's why I do it. I don't do it for the money, because there isn't any. So it's that's not why I couldn't tell you. So I'm a bit rubbish, but I mean I'm only like bloody hell. I'm like nearly 3,000 subs. That's me. So I'm the wrong guy. There are people out there that've got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Ask Wayne. Wayne's your guy. Wayne's like 70,000 subscribers. I'm nowhere near that. That's the sort of guy you ask me. I don't know. I just made videos and people watched them. That's what we did. So I don't know. I just enjoy what you do, man. If you enjoy what you do, it'll come. That's it. It'll come. You know. That's what I got on that one. Will you be doing another live build? Yes! Right, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the live build. So yes, I 100% will be doing another live build. I've got the live build that we built here. So we built this one. We did this on New Year's Eve, and I finished it with literally, it was like a Bond movie. I finished it with about 40 seconds to spare. I was so happy that we made it all the way to midnight. There you go. That's that one lit up. We had a lot of fun, right? We had some laughs, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. So are we going to do another live? Yes, we are 100% going to do another live build. And I'm trying to figure out what at the moment. So I've had a mix of reactions. I've had some people want to do another one like that. They want to do a smaller one that we can do in a couple of hours. I've had other people say, can we make it a feature where once a week we all build something together? So we build a larger model, not a huge one, not like part work, but a bigger one of those. But we do a little bit like every Sunday or something. And then eventually we all build and finish together. I like that idea. That sounds nice. I've had a few people say they want to do a brick build. So can we all get a brick build and do it together? So I've got to have a look at where we are with it and what we're going to do. I have got something I would like to do, and I am going to do, I think later in the year. I'm going to gather together some of my fellow model YouTubers, and I'm going to send them a mystery model, and I'd like to build us all to build it together. But I've got the instructions. That'll be the idea behind it. I'm the only one who knows what it is. Just so we can see them building it and see who can figure out what they're building first. So I might do that with like 3 or 4 of us. I might send them a kind of a bag. Here are the bits. We're going to go through it together. We're all going to build it and see who can figure out what it is that we're building. I think that'd be fun. So that's what I'm looking at. There are other things as well, a couple of which I think we're done with the questions for now. I've got a few left in there. If I didn't get yours, I'm sorry. We've got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel, loads. I'm still hacking through backlog from Christmas. That was one that, right, so I've seen this one. Someone started to write, that's one I haven't pulled, but someone asked, what is your backlog? Right, so my backlog is a ton of Gauntlet. I've got loads of Gauntlet in backlog, but I've made it. I just haven't done the editing. So it's done, I just haven't edited, but there's a lot to edit. I have got a Book Nook in the backlog. I've got a Fun Hole Kit in the backlog. I've got a lot of Disney Doll's House, which I've got to catch up on. That's all planned on happening next week. I have got a chocolate factory to build. I've got, oh God, I've got so many. I've got so many. It's like, honestly, it's ridiculous. I've got a couple of Roker builds to do. I've got a JM bricklayer. I've got a light tailing kit. And there was something else. That's how many. I can't even remember what it bloody was. There's another one as well, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was. But it's disgusting, my backlog. And that sounds rude. No, I'm trying to hack through it. I'm trying to get to where we can get to with it. But I'm getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. I've got loads coming up as well. So there are other things I'd like to try on the channel this year. And again, like I said, to the kind of advice to YouTubers starting out, it doesn't have to be, tens of thousands of people watch. I don't care. It's if people watch it, brilliant. If they don't, they don't. The things I'd like to do fun, something slightly different than what we'd normally do on the channel. We'll go from there. I mean, for instance, like the Titanic tales that we do in Titanic, there are some people that love those tales. Some people hate them. They're like, I don't want to hear about your Titanic stories. Okay, that's cool. There are some people who love those. So I'm looking at doing something where we're just going to do some tales, right? So rather than we're just linked to Titanic, I know 1,000 weird stories from across history. It's kind of my party trick. And I might do them. Here you go. Do you want to hear something weird? We could literally call it that. You want to hear something weird? And we'll tell you a weird story from history. I know loads. And I love them. I love talking weird history and facts with people. So we could try that on the channel and see if people like it. If people like it, great. If people don't like it, yeah, well, if one guy really digs it, I'm happy, That's about all from me. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. If I didn't get your question, I'm really sorry. We'll try and get you on the next one. Thank you for stopping by. And again, thank you for all your continued support. It is humbling beyond words. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. We really do appreciate you tuning in and all your support and all your kind words. We will do better. I will do the best I can for you this year. I'm bringing a lot of exciting builds, including the end of the Titanic. That's going to be emotional as well. And I will finish Ecto 1. I've been called out on it now publicly, so I've got to. That's all from me in the world. But you can be anything at all, just be nice. And I'll see you very, very soon for more from Building with the Boys. I'll see you then.